So this is the first time homebuyer class. Don't make these costly mistakes. If you could test out that chat box, see how it works, let me know if you remember how much money I told you you would save by attending the webinar here tonight. There's a lot of you guessing that right, and that is correct. It said in the description, which I need to update, it says up to $50,000 is excuse me, what you can save by avoiding these costly mistakes. However, you will find as we go through the class tonight that the mistakes actually could exceed more. They could even be more than that $50,000. So we've got 39 of us here in the room tonight. So please don't be shy, but as you're sitting at home, staring at your computer, thinking about the process ahead of you of buying your first home, how do you feel? Are you feeling concerned about that process, something you've never done before? I imagine you've never borrowed hundreds of thousands of dollars before, right? Maybe a car for 10, 20, 30, $40,000, but probably not hundreds of thousands. Are you feeling concerned or stressed out? Let me know in that chat box. I'd love to hear from you. You know, I remember when I bought my first home, I definitely felt intimidated by it. I didn't really know what I was doing. I knew that I needed to get a mortgage. I knew I needed to find a house, but you know, the anxious feeling or that uncertainty certainly did get to me. I definitely felt that. And you know what? I've worked over the years with many different first-time home buyers, and I've brought the experiences that I have had working with hundreds of first-time home buyers. I've brought that together into the class tonight. I've discovered where the pitfalls are, where people I've talked to after they've been first-time home buyers that didn't work with me, where they've made some mistakes, all of those sorts of things. And so I see many of you have said overwhelmed, but impatient and excited at the same time. And I even see Kumar says feeling a need for more education of the pitfalls. And you know what? That's exactly what you're going to get by being here tonight in this classroom or Zoom room, however you want to call it. I'll introduce myself. I am Josh. You probably already knew that. It's because my name's underneath my face on the video that you're watching. I claim husband and father as the most important titles to me, and so I've shared a picture of my beautiful family, or at least I think they're beautiful. We took that just a few weeks ago before the snow started to fall. I attended university here in Calgary at the University of Calgary and graduated several years ago. And I've been working nonstop, full-time as a mortgage broker now for 14 and a half years. And over those 14 and a half years, I've always worked on over 100 mortgages every single year. So I come to the class with the experience of probably 1,500 or more mortgages actually in that time. And so I've seen so much, and I'm going to share my expertise with you to help you know what those pitfalls are, Kumar, so that you don't hit those pitfalls. That's why we're framing all of the material tonight in the context of mistakes that you can make. Not that we want you to make any of those mistakes, but I'm offering to hold your hand through the entire process so that you can avoid those mistakes. Now, a couple of months ago, I taught this very same class, and Leah and her husband joined. I think it was in June, and they then got a mortgage from me, and they shared this testimonial where they said, we loved working with Josh, is how they started. They were actually a good part of the way through the process of buying their home when they attended the class with me a few months ago. But after watching it, in spite of being introduced to an RBC mortgage specialist by their real estate agent who I don't know, but in spite of that, her husband looked at her and they agreed together that they got to work with me. And you know, they were in line to make 2 of the 6 costly mistakes that I'm going to go over tonight. And those 2 mistakes, when I show them to you, they add up to about $30,000 worth of mistakes. So definitely worth avoiding. And so after working with me, they said they would recommend me 1,000% if you're looking for a mortgage broker in Calgary. I don't know about you, but I've gone to a lot of school over the years, and I don't think I ever got awarded a grade of 1000%. But I got that doing mortgages. So I am confident that throughout the class, you'll learn a lot tonight, and you'll feel the confidence that I'm who you want to work with for your mortgage as you become Calgary's newest first time home buyer, and that you too will want to give a grade of 1000% for going through this experience. Now, I'm not teaching this class alone. I'm teaching the finance, the dollars and cents side as a mortgage professional. However, I have invited Brad Vanderwall to join me in the class here tonight as well. I believe he's already here. So if he wants to say hi, he might unmute himself and do that. But Brad has been a real estate agent for 11 years now. There he is waving. Brad, how about you say hi?
Hey, everybody, how's it going? I'll let Josh. It sounds better when you talk about me, buddy. You go ahead.
Yeah, it's definitely better. I had to talk myself up because Brad didn't want to do that, but I'll talk him up for him. So it sounds more authentic and real, right? Brad's been a real estate agent now for 11 years, I think coming on 12 here soon. And for the last 5 years, Brad has placed in the top 15 realtors, not teams, not anything else, real estate agents for selling homes in Calgary. Now, let me ask you, do you guys have any idea? Throw your best guess into that chat box. Do you have any idea how many real estate agents there are in Calgary?
I know the answer, obviously, so I
Well,
will
obviously
stay
you do. I'm not
quiet.
asking you. I'm asking the nice people who are here in the class tonight who are giving up an hour of their time to learn about this. How many real estate agents do you guys think there are in Calgary? Mitchell's close. He's a little bit low. Anna's a
Well,
little closer. We're getting there. It's about 5,500 plus or minus at any given time. And so to be in the top 15 out of over 5,000, that definitely tops or places Brad into the top 1% of producing real estate agents for the last 5 years in Calgary. And obviously, we don't share that information to brag, but to express or show you the experience that Brad brings to the table. And obviously, if he's doing that much volume, a lot of that's coming from referrals from repeat clients, that sort of thing. So people are happy with the experience of working with Brad. Brad is probably the best negotiator you'll ever meet. He's the realtor you do not want to be on the opposite side of. You want him on your side for
I've,
sure.
I've
He runs a
lists of
team. Oh,
I've
sorry, go
lists of
ahead.
people, I've lists of people that will attest to that too.
Yes. So if you're looking for specific testimonials, he'll share that with you. If you're looking for people who have not enjoyed being on the other side of his negotiating, I'm sure he'd share that too. Brad runs a team at Remax, and they were the top producing team at Remax Central in 2019. And believe it or not, Remax Central is the top producing Remax office worldwide for over 20 years in a row, right here in our city, Calgary. And in 2019, he and his team sold more than one house every single day. I think they clocked in somewhere around 385 homes last year. So that's I think that's pretty incredible. I love having Brad here because I have not met a real estate agent with more experience and more love of what he does than Brad.
I'll be back later, guys. I'll let Josh talk about this stuff. So we'll see you guys in a bit.
Okay, so with that in mind, let's talk about the steps that are going to bring you from where you are right now in your home, trying to learn some stuff, trying to get more and more prepared to own a home. What are the steps that you're going to have to go through? And they're right here. There's really only 3 of them. It's not that complicated, but of course, within each of these steps, there is opportunity for you to stumble, to make mistakes that could be very costly. And of course, that is the reason we're here tonight. But you can all pat yourselves on the back, and because you are accomplishing step number 1 right now. You are right here in this class. You are learning pretty much everything that you're going to need to know that's going to get you from where you are today all the way across that finish line. Now, there are